but that I cannot come up. But I think to all women, you need to open your mouth. What you want
Yeah.
actually in your when you are a young mother or even a mother, everything.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Parenthood, the podcast where we dive deep into the beautiful, challenging, and rewarding journey of parenthood. I'm your host, Neha Garg. Each week, we bring you heartfelt stories and insightful conversations with parents who share their unique experiences, challenges, and joys of raising children, unveiling the persons behind the parents along the way. Today, we have a truly special guest with us, Bijayini Jena. Bijayini is an independent consultant, a devoted mother, and someone whose parenting journey is both inspiring and thought provoking. Bijayini, it's wonderful to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Neha, for this wonderful opportunity.
Okay, to start off, I would love for our listeners to get a glimpse into who you are as a person. So, if you had to pick three words or phrases that best describe you, what would they be and why?
I think if I have to choose a word, then it would be a coconut.
Coconut.
Yes,
And why would that be?
it's because there are two reasons why I have chosen this. First thing is coconut is very hard from outside, but
Yeah,
when you go deeper and deeper inside it, you'll find the softness, the sweetness, and the actual properties
yeah,
uh, behind that fruit or whatever you say.
yeah.
And and I compare this fruit with being a woman
Hmm,
because women are always considered very soft. So
hmm,
I don't have any problem being considered as soft, but my softness should not be taken other way around. That
hmm,
is why I consider myself to be a coconut. If you just see me from outside, I'm a very hard person. But
hmm.
the deeper and the deeper and the deeper you go inside me and you explore about me, you come to know me. So I'm as sweet, as uh, as tasty, as soft.
Okay, we'll keep the content PG-13 here, Vijayini.
but that has that has given me that has given me strength. The outer
Yeah,
covering of that coconut has given me that strength
yeah.
to be up to actually operate as a woman,
Hmm, hmm.
comfortably operate as a woman.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. And you know, now that you've said that you are like a coconut, hard from inside and hard from outside and soft from inside. So, what are your family members like? What is Prajin, your son, like? What is Prabhanjan, your partner, like? Uh, are they also somewhere similar, or are they absolutely different?
They're absolutely different,
Both of them?
both of them. I
Hmm.
don't know. Rajan is in still an exploration phase, so I don't know what all traits he would pick from both of us, or he'll have his own. It's obvious he'll have his individuality, but still, if anything genetically he takes or he learns from us, I don't know what he is going to be. But at present, both my partner or my husband, my son, both of them are completely different to what I am
In what ways?
in dealing with their day-to-day life,
Hmm.
in choosing things, uh, and I am more of, I have adopted more of masculine part of the
Yeah,
society.
yeah.
And my husband and my son, they are more into the feminine part right now.
Really?
Really, but uh, my see, Prajan is exploring, so I cannot
Yeah.
actually say what he is. But if I talk about my husband, though he has a more of a feminine part, but the society or his parenting has been more into the masculine part, so he is always into a confused and always start doing something which he actually doesn't believe.
Hmm. Hmm. In
So
what
he,
ways? Can you elaborate more on this, like giving us examples or instances?
according to him, the household chores and everything should be shared.
Yeah.
But what he has learned from the very beginning of his inception to the world, that these things has to be done by the women of the
House.
family, which he has
Yeah.
seen him
Yeah.
house, like which he has actually seen his mother, his sister, and his aunts doing it.
Yeah.
So, but now when he believes that it has to be done, and what he has seen, so he himself is confused where to act how.
Yeah.
Like he believes he'll help me, but when there are people around, he'll start behaving as if these are the things done by
Women
uh,
only.
women. He
Yeah.
goes and drink his own water from water kitchen.
Yeah.
He goes to the kitchen. He has his water from the either from the aquaguard or from the jug, wherever we have the stove. He has the water from there. But when somebody comes,
Yeah.
and especially anybody from his family
Yeah.
is there around, then he asked me, go and get a glass of water, and there where we again start fighting. So these are certain things. The belief and the action has
Yeah.
made him a more pe- uh, confused person, or he just thinks that he has to be right according to the society, according to the family, or something, whatever may be. But these are certain things which
Yeah. Yeah. How long have you been married?
9 years.
9 years. And like, how did you two meet? And how has the journey been from that point where you met to now?
Actually, I whoever asks me this question, I always say we had a very mechanical marriage. It was neither a love marriage, neither a so much arranged marriage, but it was completely. That is why I use this word mechanical. Why I do use this
Yeah.
word? Because actually, Pravanjan's profile was there in Bharat Matrimonial or Shadi.com. I don't know where my father searched him or where he searched my father. I don't know exactly the website or the site or app from where they both met. And my father was, my parents were very much was actually they were struggling to
Yeah.
find a person for me, because the moment they used to see my pictures and everything, until the time I don't open my mouth, they used to
Yeah.
find me very nice, very uh, pretty, and they and that to my
Neat.
parents profile was
Yeah.
also attracting them. So okay, the family is good, the girl looks good and everything, and they used to take the number from my parents, and they, the very first day when they start talking to me and I have so many things
Yeah.
to share, after that they just block my number.
Mhm.
It was always difficult for me because we could not continue the conversation. They were
Right.
not able to know me. They
Yeah.
used to only see the outer covering of that coconut. They had
Yeah.
not been inside the coconut.
Yeah.
So, and they used to block my numbers, or they used to find ample of reasons for not taking it forward for
Yeah.
the conversation or anything. So in that way, my parents were struggling, and I was always already 29 years old then.
Yeah.
And I thought I'm still very young to think
Yeah.
that whether I should, but for my parents, I was getting old.
Yeah.
And they were, but finally one day my parents had a discussion with Pramanjan, and they gave him my number. They said, we don't have anything. If she says yes, we'll go ahead. If she says no, then sorry, we can't do anything. But
Yeah.
this is the first time that I got a challenge from the other side.
Oh, really?
So actually, the thing was, Pravanjan, I don't know whether should I share this or not, but it's okay because I'm sharing it in a very positive note, and it is positive in fact. And Pravanjan's sister-in-law uh, had actually committed suicide.
Oh, I'm so
So,
sorry.
so there were many reasons. for her, but it had nothing to do with whatever the reasons of her. That's very personal to her,
Yeah.
and it's gone with her. So everybody, whoever used to hear about the family, they used to think that there must be something with the
Yeah.
family, that is why, which usually
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
So this is the when I said Pravanjan that I have a list of things to share with you. He said, before you share, I have something to share with you.
Yeah.
So this is the very first time that somebody was giving me. Then he told me that my sister-in-law is no more, and she had committed a suicide. That is why many, and he was very clear from the beginning. That is why many of the parents don't want to give their girls
Yeah.
uh,
To our family. Yeah.
our family. So that is why I wanted to clear this out with you. So my reaction was, okay, she died, but no one can kill me. If ever you people have committed some mistakes, that's not in one day,
Yeah.
and nothing is going to happen to me actually.
Yeah.
Because the first day you are going to do something wrong with me, that would be the last day.
Yeah.
Either I leave your family or you are inside the bars.
Yeah.
So not a case for me. Let's explore ahead.
Yeah.
Then I shared, and then he said, then everybody, as usual, I thought that he's not going to call back, and I was also not very interested.
Yeah.
Then I every day used to send a good morning and all, and then my colleagues used to tell me that now this time you are doing too much. You should speak to him. And I started, and then I said that before you come to my family, come meet my family, I'll go to your house.
Oh.
And I said, I don't know how you will ask your parents and how you are going to do. It was not only a challenge for his parents, it was equally a challenge for my parents too, because
Yeah.
these kind of things never happened in my family.
Yeah.
So I went to his house, and from Raigad, I went to Talcher where his parents used to stay.
Yeah.
So I went to their house. My father, my aunt, my mom from Bhubaneswar, they came to Talcher. So we met there
Hmm.
in the house. So my thing was that I'm going to shift to there. Actually, I'm not going to shift, but as they say,
Yeah.
Kanyatan happens, as
Yeah.
they say. But so I thought ki, rather than he seeing my family, I should go and meet his family. And I went,
Yeah.
I saw his family. Then I decided I should go ahead. After that, I came back to Raigad. Then I decided, no, whether whatever he shared, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, I should go and check his official part also.
Oh.
Then I went for that also. And finally, I thought he comes from a very simple background.
Yeah.
His father was also an engineer. He is
Mm-hmm.
also engineer by profession, and they have a very simple lifestyle,
Yeah.
living, and everything. But that was something I don't come from that though simple from within. But my dad was an army officer, so
Yeah.
I have always been brought up in the cantonments, in the army lifestyle.
Yeah.
So the lifestyle was completely different. But
Stark
the
difference.
yes, it was like completely different. For me, taking that decision and everybody around thinking that whether this decision is actually going to work with having so much of lifestyle differences.
Right.
But one thing I was very sure after spending around, you can say the courtship period, I was
Yeah.
very sure that this person is going to support me in whatever I do. Though
Yeah.
we have lots of fight, and every time I have to check his
Right.
patriarchal thoughts, every time I have to give a check, and
Yeah.
every time I have to question
Yeah.
him on
Yeah.
his thoughts. But he will always try to reflect and support me.
Right.
So that thing I had to rest other things hardly matters.
Right.
So
Right.
there where I took the decision, it was my parents also who asked me that whether are you sure? Because
Yeah.
I had already rejected or being rejected by many of the so-called same lifestyle
Yeah.
uh, families.
Yeah.
Whether some people I have rejected and many have rejected me. Many. I
Yeah.
have rejected less, but I was rejected by many.
Yeah. Yeah.
Having so hardcore shell around me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was rejected. So this is a place where I thought for me important is not the lifestyle that I
Okay.
can. Either I fall into their lifestyle or I ask them to be a part of my lifestyle.
Or to create a new lifestyle for yourself.
I
The
can create a new lifestyle or anything. That's not a big part. The big part is if I don't get my independence,
Yeah.
if somebody is not there. See, it's not that I'm a fighter. I can fight, but every time I cannot fight.
Yeah.
I cannot waste my energy every time I get to do something. I don't, if I have to lose my originality, if I have to lose my individuality, and that I'm not going to compromise. Lifestyle is it's something not that big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I took a call to marry Prabhajan.
And you've been in Raigad since?
2014.
Okay, 2014. So, like just about the time you got married.
2015 we got married. I got transferred to Raigad in 2014.
Okay. And he was based here only in Raigad?
Oh, no, no. At that time, he was based at Gondia, Maharashtra.
Oh,
He
okay.
works with Adani Power.
Okay.
So, so he was based at that Tiroda power plant,
Okay.
Adani
Yeah.
power
Yeah.
plant Tiroda. So
Okay.
he was based there when
So
we got married.
how did shift to Raigad happen, and was it a long distance marriage?
It was a long distance marriage for about 5 years.
Wow.
It's more than 5 years.
Wow. Hmm.
I think it's been the COVID. I think we have started living together since COVID
Oh,
19.
so
Just
you
before
were
the COVID,
raising,
got
and how old is Prajin?
Prajin is 8 years old. He's going to be 8 years now.
He's 8 years old. So you have raised Prajin all by yourself for the initial 4, 5 years.
So 5 years.
What was that like, and how did you decide to have kids, and what was the conversation around it, and like how did it all come about? Because okay, I can't even imagine long distance marriage, but that's one part. But long distance parenting, that's something which is huge. And how did it come about? How did you deal with it?
When we got married, uh, at that time, it was like we got married. We had actually not,
Yeah.
because all this marriage and everything happened within 2 months.
Yeah. Okay.
So it didn't take much, we did not take much time. It all happened within 1.5 months or 2 months, not more than that. And
Yeah.
we didn't even get time to think that what's next.
Yeah.
But when I was getting married, I was already 29, 30 years old.
Yeah.
Every time from my cousins, from my friends, they say after 30, you start developing certain
Yeah.
complications.
Yeah.
So that was a big fear in me.
Yeah.
I didn't, like, I can deal with everything, but not health. For
Yeah.
me, health is a very scary part.
Yeah.
So I thought, and I always wanted a baby
Yeah.
by whatever means. It was
Yeah.
not only that I'll go by this marriage system, but all means. And I was also not equally very, uh, I was also not very much to have it in other methods, like
Yeah.
to either to adopt or to, I didn't, I didn't want it to be. I wanted the normal
Biological baby.
biological thing. I don't know whether I didn't question who does this, but
Yeah.
that was
You can't do it. Yeah.
I
It's your
can't.
choice.
It's my choice. I thought ki that's some with the struggle of being a mother, that's another lot of struggle you get. So
Yeah.
I was not ready to take up those struggles.
Yeah.
So so that is why I always thought to have a biological child.
Yeah.
So it is when I had this and when I had to, and then I decided no, we should. It's
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
It's already, I'm already 30. Though
Yeah.
I was thinking that it's too early, I got married, but I was thinking it's too late to have a baby.
Right. Right.
I was thinking marriage is early, but it's too late to have a baby. So I thought, no, I will not take a risk. We
Yeah.
will have it.
Yeah.
We will take a chance. So
Yeah.
it all happened
Yeah.
and took a decision, and that then we had Prajan. So after Prajan, I took a break, and because I don't have any support from the family, because
Right.
my mother-in-law is supposed to take care of the child of my brother-in-law, because
Right. Yeah.
the child doesn't have a mother, so she was
Right.
taking care of my mom at that time. I had very old grandparents who were already more than 85 and 90 years old. So
Okay.
my mother had that responsibility. My father being the only child, so my mother had that
Yeah.
son child. My
Yeah.
father being the only son child,
Yeah.
my mother had to take that responsibility.
Right.
So it was also not possible for her to come and stay with me. Neither I was ready to go and stay with them,
Yeah.
because before Prajan was born, we were already in a distant marriage. So
Right.
I thought of taking this decision. No, I'll take care of Prajan myself. Whatever happens, let's see. And I thought, let's think that those women who actually doesn't have any support,
Right.
who are not having anybody, they also take care of their child. So
Yeah.
let me also take this. So when Prajan was 29 days old, I shifted from Odisha to Gondia with Prajan,
Okay. Mhm.
and taking this, and I took a year leave, uh,
Okay. Yeah.
maternity leave.
Yeah.
So I took maternity leave in total 15 months.
Okay.
3 months before Prajan and 12 months after Prajan.
Right.
So, so I thought when Prajan would be 1 year, I'll join back.
Right.
That was a decision I had taken, so that till then he would be eating from outside, and since 6 months to 12 months, the
Yeah.
6 months, I have that time period when I can teach Prajan food,
Other
uh,
things,
other
basically,
things,
little bit of independence.
independent. So from the very beginning, though I was completely on leave, but
Yeah.
still I had hired a maid
Hmm.
for a caretaker for Prajan
Right.
during that 1 year also.
Right.
And I used to be and most of the time the Prajan used to spend with the maid,
Right.
with the caretaker. So that from the very beginning, he has an habit of mother and the caretaker both.
Right.
And I used to experiment things there under my uh,
Guidance and supervision.
guidance, supervision, how she is doing things. So what are the things Prajan, things need to be done when
Right.
Prajan is all alone with the
Right.
caretaker.
Right.
So that, though after, but what really happened, I thought that caretaker would be accompanying me when I
Right.
joined back, but she did not.
Uh-huh.
So, and I had to shift to Raigad from
Right.
Gondia. And
Right.
when Prajan's birthday is on 2nd August, and my rejoining was on 16th August.
Oh,
So then I had actually seek help from my husband that he should take leave at least for 10 to 15 days.
right.
But he did not.
He did
Uh,
not.
He did not.
Hmm.
Uh, Actually, he really had some problem at
Hmm.
the at the office.
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly the thing was, but he had. But I was not ready to accept, and till that also I don't accept that. That's
Right.
the till that also, that is one thing that never goes away from my mind,
Yeah.
because 15 days when I was coming, and for me it was like till date also when I think of it, I still have goosebumps,
Yeah.
and like that it's still very difficult for me to actually accept that.
Right.
So when I actually joined back, though Pravanjan came to leave us, but he
Yeah.
could not stay back with us for at
Yeah.
least 10, 15 days, because till then I thought that he'll be with Prajin for 15 days at home with the caretaker, with the new caretaker.
Right.
And I would be
going to office and
I'll
transition.
figure out things and if, but we came to Raigad on 14th of August, and he left Raigad on 15th of August night,
Okay.
and 16th was my rejoining.
Yeah.
So it was very difficult for me. But my colleagues, they took leave for me.
They took leave.
Unhone- They took leave. So for me, they are more than family. But I think, as my mother says, whatever happens, happens for the good.
Hmm.
And as my name is Bijayini, I used to always question my mother, why do you have you given such a boring name?
Yeah.
Bijayini, and such a boring name. So she used to always mention that this is a name given by my bua, and this is
Yeah.
my father's sister.
Yeah.
So she used to say that I'm the winner, and I
Hmm.
will win always. So
Yeah.
as my name, I think that my mother used to say that whatever happens, happens for the good, and you become a stronger person. And that incident, I'm thankful today to Pravanjan that that thing happened. Though I have a lot of complaints still there,
Complaints. Yeah. Yeah.
but still I'm thankful to him for giving me those nightmares.
Yeah.
And that made me a woman today I stand. And today that makes me where I am, I can speak. I
Right.
can be a strength. I can be a support. I can be a motivator for many women.
Right.
Those 15 days actually gave me all the strength. I used to cry every moment,
Yeah.
whether I'm sitting, whether I'm standing, whether I'm eating, whether I'm sleeping. I used to cry every moment.
Hmm.
There was not a In 24 hours, I used to cry for 22 hours, I think. I could not sleep
Yeah.
those 15 days. But my colleagues were rock,
Hmm.
rock support. They
Yeah.
were, they alternatively, they took leave.
Hmm. How
One
beautiful.
person, one person took leave today, the other person took leave the other day,
Yeah.
and they helped me in taking up this challenge. And
Yeah.
Prajan is not raised by one mother. Prajan has been raised by many mothers and many fathers. In May not be biologically,
Yeah.
but by soul he has many fathers and the entire team, Pradhan team, I
Yeah.
must say, stood up for me
Yeah.
in Raigad.
Yeah.
From the team coordinator till the person from the MIS coordinator to all my colleagues in the office.
Yeah.
Those who all shared the office, they all stood as rocks or pillars for me while raising Pravajit. And after those 15 days, there was no looking back,
Yeah.
Raniha, no looking back.
Yeah.
So, and there, like, I would also credit something to Pradhan also. I don't know whether they'll be seeing this podcast or not, but this must be shared with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time many of the women in Pradhan were complaining,
Yeah.
this is not being done, this is not being done. But in my motherhood time, I have seen Pradhan standing the way I wanted Pradhan to stand by.
Yeah. Or maybe more.
And there were certain things which was beyond
Yeah.
my imagination, expectation, or I don't know.
Yeah.
So, though after that, Pravanjan has always stood as a pillar for me, but those
Yeah.
that typical moment is never a forgiving moment for me. I don't know. It's not going away from me, and it will never go away from me because those 15 days helpless,
Yeah.
the helpless feeling inside me.
Yeah.
But it turned out me to be a Durga Ma.
Yeah.
I, I really would say that. But yes, and for God's grace, or I don't know, maybe as everybody says that you must have done something good for that. And the caretakers I got for
Yeah.
Prajit,
Yeah.
she is actually the actual mother of Prajit. The caretaker she got when we came to Raigad. The first caretaker was not that
Yeah. The one you had earlier, and you thought that
earlier.
uh,
No. The one I had at Gondia, she was good. But
yeah.
for some personal reason, she could not accompany us.
Yeah.
But after coming to Raigad, I had another caretaker for
Okay.
Prachit. I thought of hiring somebody who is already a mother, who is
Yeah.
bit old enough, but I was wrong.
Yeah. Because I
That
think like, the loyalties shift. Like they want to take care of their household also. And it's not wrong also, because they have,
not wrong or right, but I had this wrong for
yeah,
my
yeah,
thoughts. My
yeah,
thoughts. I'm not saying her wrong. I'm saying
yeah,
the thought I had in my mind. Used to think girls won't be able to, those who are not mothers will not
yeah,
be able to take care of Prajit. That's what I think I was wrong.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
After that, after 2 or 3 months, the new caretaker in 2017, August, when I joined, I had another caretaker who was a bit older lady with all, and she was not up to the mark as expected by me. She used to
right.
not feed because Prajin was born 4 kgs and he was always a chubby baby. And
Yeah.
she used to say, I can't feed him more because he'll get more bulkier. I won't be able to carry him. So,
Oh,
so, so that was her way of dealing things. So, which was not, but the caretaker I got after her,
hmm.
and till date, till May 10th, 2024, she was with Prajin. Since
Really?
2000, yes. For 6.5 years, she was with Prajin.
Wow. What a blessing. What a blessing to have someone,
And,
take care of your own as their own.
and she was not only a mother to Prajin, she was a mother to me, where I
Wow.
used to get scoldings for not taking care of Prajin, of not doing things. But she was really, she was actually actual mother to Prajin.
Hmm.
And my colleagues, they all extended so much. And as I wanted Prajin to come with me to office
Yeah.
along with the caretaker.
Yeah.
So Pradhan agreed for it. Though there were policies,
Yeah.
but I had a bit more. My requirement was bit more than the policy. I
Yeah.
said Prajin would not be staying in the guest room
Yeah.
which is there. He would be staying in a room where people are going and coming and all. So one room where the MIS people were sitting, they gave me a space. I said, I don't need a bed over there. I have
Yeah.
my own gadda and
Yeah.
my own mattress and everything. I don't want those things,
Yeah.
but I want a space where people are always there.
Right.
So because in Pradhan, we go to field. We don't
Yeah.
stay in office.
Yeah.
So I guest staying in guest room and staying at my house is the same thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
I don't want it, but Pradhan agreed for it.
Wow.
And Pradhan took a risk that I took care Prajin doesn't mess up with things and
Yeah.
the original Pradhan's vision should not miss.
Yeah. Yeah.
I took up care of that and they took this stance that they will support me in whatever ways
Wow.
I seek help.
Wow.
So as a result, I said I can today very proudly say that I could become a role model for many women in
Yeah.
Pradhan who are actually struggling with this. So
Right.
so in whatever way, I said Prajan would be staying in office, somebody till I don't come back from office,
From the
till I
field.
don't come back from field, somebody has to stay back in the
Right.
office.
Right.
So they from the team coordinator till MIS coordinator, any one of them used to sit.
Wow.
If whether it is evening 7 or night 9, one of them they ensured one person stays back for project.
Right.
And the women colleagues took care. If they have come back earlier from the field, they used to carry Prajin home and they used to sit at my office at my home till I don't come back.
Wow. Wow. It's like this is your village. And it takes village to raise a child, and this is your actual village. That you have your help, caretaker, your colleagues, everybody pitching in and taking care of the child and raising the child together.
So that's what happened. So after this, before me, one of my colleagues had a child, and after me, one of my and we are like today my son calls my colleagues Masi.
Wow.
For
Yeah.
them, if somebody asks them, who is your Masi? The first name he says is Supriya Masi,
Yeah. Your colleague.
colleague. Though he knows he has
Uh,
Masi,
biological
biological
Masi.
Masi, though he knows. But
Yeah.
for him, they are also Masi. Nilima Masi, Supriya Masi.
Wow.
So for them, Masi, these two people are his Masi.
Right.
And with time, he became very comfortable with them.
Yeah.
And he didn't miss me because of this.
Right.
And because of this, I also didn't miss his childhood.
Right.
And
Right.
I was never in a guilt because
Yeah.
of, see,
Yeah.
mother guilt, I cannot come up with every time. The
Right.
guilt come.
Yeah.
But I had less guilt because of my colleagues.
Right. Right.
Our team coordinator, he was always a rock pillar for me.
Hmm.
Whenever I used to come, I used to find Prajin on his table if it is late in the evening.
Hmm.
He's doing work and he's talking to Prajin. I don't know what they used to talk to each other,
Yeah.
but every time Prajin was there with him.
Yeah.
Whenever Prajin would cry for more than a minute, the entire office will run and see what is happening. Why is he
Right.
crying? That is what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I would I always thought today in podcast why I'm speaking about these things. I always had in this in mind. If I ever get a chance,
Yeah.
I would like to share this to the entire country,
Yeah.
to all the work teams
Yeah.
who have women
Yeah.
to actually operate. And today, if you go and ask Pradhan will never say that I did not give back
Yeah.
because they took care of Prajin. I worked extra.
Right.
So
This is so heartwarming on so many levels. Like, I am emotional, you are emotional. Uh, and it is also so contradictory to my experience. I had to quit my job because I was denied, certain, not even privileges, I would say certain basic demands I had about, you know easing out into the work, that I wanted some flexibility in terms of work schedules, and now work from home was a norm. And before I gave birth to Rishan, I used to work from home. But after giving birth to him, when it was time for me to join back in the office, my supervisor said that now you will have to come to office. So it was just too different and too, I think it was too hostile. The atmosphere was too hostile. And in fact, my supervisor also used the words, it's surprising, and it's so ironic, because Pradhan is a quote unquote charity organization. Like, it's not a charity organization, but these are the words my supervisor used. I used to work in a public health organization, and my supervisor said, we are not a charity organization. You should be very, very grateful that you were supported during your pregnancy, but now you have to pay it back. And I'm like, I'm ready to do that, but give me that, like, give me at least that confidence that I can come back after 6 months of, and I was not on a holiday. 6 months of maternity leave, you are not on a holiday, you are not sitting at home.
you're in a 24 into 7 job.
Yeah, and which will continue from now. It's not even that you're coming from one job to another. You are actually taking on a second job, which is which is like, aapki ek 24-hour you have a job, and then you are taking on another 8-hour or whatever job that you have, and to expect, and to first of all to take out time for those 8 hours, and then to have at least that kind of flexibility that you can attend to your child when needed. But it is so, and this hits home that much harder because it's so wonderful to see women being supported the way you were, because I think it's a beautiful case study for all the organizations who have working mothers or expecting mothers on their teams to maybe learn something and to take inspiration from. And how just being there, how just being very, very human about all of this and empathizing with the person who's going through so much in her personal life just gives so much confidence to the mother, as you said, that you are just ready to give back to the organization in so many more ways than expected. You have a sense of loyalty which cannot be taken away. You have a sense of responsibility, and that sense of, yes, I need to. And then it goes beyond then, just being your employer to being your actual family. How they say that we are family, and then maybe do nothing for the employees. This is actually what families do: step up when needed and step in for each other. So thank you for sharing this, Bijani. So beautiful.
And this journey didn't wanted any laborious work. It
Right.
just wanted certain kind. For example, I just wanted to give an example. Like I had thermos for my child,
Yeah.
on which it was written 9 a.m. food, 11 a.m. food, 2 p.m. food, 3 p.m. food, 6 p.m. food. And my colleagues used to come and check whether it is full or it is as 9 p they it as it's already 10 a.m., whether it is full or it is still it's there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody used to share before that. If they bring child, they used to say it was a disturbance.
Right.
But my son was an office boy. Look, I would share it very positively.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
one desk to another desk, he used to transfer the papers,
Right.
the pen,
Yeah.
the pencil.
Yeah.
If somebody fights in the office when I used to come, then he would say, hmm. Like, so my office never thought
Yeah.
that he was something disturbing them.
Right.
In
Right.
fact, all of them put forward to actually raise the child and actually optimum utilization of their colleague.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And where I would not say because of my being a young mother, I could not perform this.
Yeah.
Rather, I said, because I'm a young mother and my office took this responsibility,
Yeah.
I performed more.
Right.
Usually, the office time starts at 9 and it ends by 5:30. If
Yeah.
I go by
Yeah.
my joining letter.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for me, certain days, the office used to start at 8 and end at 8.
Right. Yeah.
But I was never like I'm working over or
Yeah.
I have left something. If my child is not eating medicines,
Yeah.
one person, one of our office accountant would hold his leg, one will hold his hand, the other one is responsible to. It's like it's like my brothers, sisters, my siblings doing these things for me.
Right.
It was like that.
Yeah.
I used to tell them, Devanand Bhaiya, today he is supposed to eat this
Take this.
medicine at this
Yeah.
time. I used to tell Dipesh, he's supposed to drink this medicine, take this medicine at this time.
Yeah.
Dipesh, today he's having fever, so every 1 hour you need to check
Check his
whether he's
temperature.
having
Yeah.
temperature and they used to do it so wonderfully.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was never questioned.
Yeah.
And when I asked Pradhan that, and that too, when Prajan was born, I was a bit senior in Pradhan too. I was not that young then,
Yeah.
because already I had spent 6 or 7 years in Pradhan till then.
Right.
So I was, uh, uh, what? I was again a leader in
Yeah.
Pradhan. And
Yeah.
I had to take forward those responsibilities too.
Yeah.
Every time I could not be. So there where I explained my family, my mother, my husband.
Yeah.
Now see, my office has extended so much. Now it's your turn to do for
Yeah.
your biological child.
Right. Yeah.
Now it's your turn. And then my mother from the very beginning was very supporting in the sense in the mental thing.
Yeah.
I would never, because she was a, you can do it. You
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah.
And one thing that my mother taught me, see, the child is hasn't come by itself.
Yeah.
It's your decision to bring the child.
Yeah.
So never ever you should utter a word saying that because of you I could not do this.
Right. Right. Such an important thing. And it
And
came
she
from your
taught me
mother.
this, because of you I could not do this. Never tell him. You could not do it because you were in your own comfortable level, at your
Yeah.
own comfortable places.
Yeah.
That is why you were very uncomfortable to take any risks. It
Yeah.
was not the child. The child has not stopped you.
Yeah.
So never complain or never say that the child could not do this.
Right.
Because of the child, you could not do this.
Yeah.
So that is why that was there in my mind. And
Yeah.
my mother, every day, she used to say, we are there.
Yeah.
You can do it. We
Yeah.
are there.
Yeah.
You can do it. Whenever I used to cry or something, she used to say, okay, let's plan up something other
Yeah.
way if this is not working. But
Hmm.
you can do it.
Hmm.
You are different. You are not like the others. You are
Hmm.
different.
Hmm.
So those words always help me. And when I joined my office and then I had to travel, I
Yeah.
my first travel was to Delhi
Hmm.
for a training.
Yeah.
Again, nightmare started.
Hmm. Hmm.
How will I?
Yeah.
And my mother said, "See, for 7, 8 days, I can leave your grandparents. That's not a big deal. I'll make arrangements over here.
Yeah.
I'll come." She came.
Hmm.
Again, thanks to Pradhan's policy. You must be saying whether I am promoting Pradhan, but I'm promoting
No, but
motherhood.
and
No,
you're promoting the truth. Where
yes, that I'm promoting motherhood.
motherhood. Yeah.
What actually Pradhan has done.
Yeah.
And again, thanks to Pradhan's policy of having a caretaker
Hmm.
with you till your child is 8 years old, with all those facilities which I am entitled to.
Yeah.
And that again helped me wherever I used to go. Rajan used to go with me.
Yeah.
But along with that, I would like to, it's not a suggestion, it's my experience, which I would like to share with all the mothers,
Yeah.
that don't compromise with your child.
Yeah.
Whatever he does at home, he should do at any places you go.
Yeah.
So thanks to Pradhan's policy of offering me that you can take your child wherever you go. You can
Right.
have a caretaker with you
Yeah.
and we'll bear the cost.
Yeah.
When he means Pradhan.
Yeah.
When Pradhan bears your cost and you take the child with you.
Yeah.
And along with that, I used to carry my kitchen, my child's kitchen.
Yeah.
In all the hospitals, all the hotels and everywhere I used to carry my child's kitchen. I used to have a small induction, small pressure cooker, small kadai. And I used to carry these with me, with chawal, with
Yeah.
rice,
Yeah.
atta, ghee, everything.
Yeah.
The way I used to feed him at home, I used to feed him there. I used to ask Varsha and Disha, please allot me a room which has smoking facility,
Yeah. So that you
so
can
that I can cook
cook.
inside the
Yeah.
room for Rajan.
Wow, that's such a smart thing, yeah. How did you think about it?
Once what happened before me, one of my colleagues, she used to carry her child, matlab not in our team, in another team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we used to always face problem. Then I was not a mother, neither I was
Yeah.
married then. But I was always worried for the mother because she was always worried ki what to feed the child, because
Yeah.
hotels don't provide you with
Baby food.
child-friendly food.
Yeah.
So when Prajan was born, I thought I'll be happy when Prajan's health is good.
Yeah.
Otherwise, no point of it. So his only health problem would be food.
Right.
Rest in travel, he is very chilled. He
Yeah.
gets so many masis and uncles and all to play with.
Yeah.
And he's super enjoying when he's traveling. But only problem is with food.
Right.
So I used to carry a kitchen.
Yeah.
I used to carry less clothes.
Yeah.
I can repeat my dress, hardly matters,
Yeah.
but I cannot repeat his food, or I cannot. So I used to carry a small kitchen. I have
Yeah.
this small
Yeah.
mixer grinder where I used to see milk and all I can get anywhere. But
Yeah.
atta, rice, chawal, I
The
carry. It's
staples.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
stable. And this required this much of uh,
Yeah.
what? Arrangements to be made
Right.
before I travel. And I used to always say Disha, Vasha, whoever used to do the booking for me, to have a room which has a smoking. And the hoteliers used to think
That.
that this women, but it's okay. They don't know what's inside my trolley.
Yeah.
My trolley was full of that. And I used to cook
Yeah.
morning, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and he used to have food that way. In
Yeah.
that way, I'm satisfied, he's satisfied, and rest, everything is in place.
Wow.
So I would suggest all mothers. It takes a lots of efforts, but these minimal efforts would make you what you are today, or
Yeah.
what you want to be today. So these are certain things. And later on, when Prajan was bit, like he
Grown
was
up.
around grown up, 16, 17 months,
Hmm.
every time it was not possible for me to travel. So
Yeah.
then my husband and me used to actually do things like I used to go from Raigad, drop Prajan at Gondia, and then go places. And
Oh.
that time, Prajan used to take care of Prajan.
Yeah.
Prajan had a constant caretaker,
Right. Right.
and he used to change.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And in that way, Prajan, and that way we could co-parent Prajan for around 4 years. Sometimes my mother, sometimes my mother-in-law, sometimes Pravanjan, sometimes, and most of the time
You.
I am there.
Yeah.
So in that way, we could co-parent Prajan till he was 4.5 years old. Or
And
even, I think, yeah, 4.5 years old.
then Prabhanjan shifted.
And then I think Pravanjan had that guilt in him, or I don't know. And every time till date, I keep on repeating whenever I'm high on
Yeah.
certain things, and whenever he challenges me, and I give him double challenges.
Yeah.
And I come with this example. I don't know why, but whenever I cannot go up with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That
know.
I think that negotiation he should have done. When I negotiated the end, I am not comparing what I did, what he couldn't do,
Yeah.
but as a parent, he should have negotiated.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he knew, and it was not something he knew that tomorrow I'm going to join. He knew it
Yeah.
since 1 year,
Yeah. Yeah.
that this is the day. It was not something, the day did not come as a surprise.
Yeah.
It was a well planned date,
Yeah.
and about which he knew a year back.
Right. Yeah.
So I know whenever he'll see this podcast, he'll again, but that I cannot come up. But I think to all women, you need to open your mouth. What you want
Yeah.
actually in your when you are a young mother, or even a mother, every
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
every time you are a mother or a parent,
Yeah.
it's not for the women, for the men equally.
Yeah.
You need to speak up what I want. Today,
Yeah.
Pradhan supported me because I demanded.
Right. Right. Right.
I
Yeah.
cannot complain because Pradhan doesn't know what I wanted. I
Yeah.
knew what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I opened my mouth, they extended.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have agreed to my 99% demands. 1% is always that
Yeah.
hardly,
Yeah.
it's not necessary also to mention. But
Yeah.
99% demands they accepted. And
Wow.
I was not demanding anything
Out of this
extraordinary.
world, or yeah, yeah,
Yeah, anything which would where they have to spend money or they have to do. Yeah, we can demand that also. We can demand for
yeah,
a crèche or something that way. And Pradhan has it in its policy.
yeah,
But what happens actually after being in the policy also, many women are not able to access it properly.
yeah,
And as you said, every time you don't get a very good supervisor.
yeah,
But you are a mother,
yeah,
I would say.
yeah,
You have to negotiate for your child.
yeah,
You have to demand. You have to fight.
yeah,
A healthy fight is always necessary
right, right. Such a,
because
I'm just so in awe of you, Bijayini. Like this part of your life, I just didn't know about, even though we have spent some time talking and, we've been talking on and off, but I just didn't know about this part. And I'm just so, I must say how proud I am to know you as a person and to, to fight for what's right and to not give up, to negotiate for not just yourself, for the little life that you have brought in this world, and to have them sustain and thrive. It's it's just so inspiring. Thank you.
so that way, that's something I always, wherever I get a stage, I share this. Not because it's my, I'm thankful to the organization for this, but I want other organizations to be like this. And even I want in Pradhan also, I know many women are struggling.
Yeah,
It's not that after having all these policies also, I wouldn't say that, but it is not the organization's fault only.
yeah,
It's how we access. It's our child. It's my child.
yeah,
I have to know what's best for the child.
yeah,
I have to decide what's required. Not every time I cannot expect that the person in front will understand. Why? Why
yeah,
will he take that pain to understand?
yeah,
It's it's I have to speak out. As we say, तू बोलेगी मुंह खोलेगी तभी तो जमाना बदलेगा. तू चुप रहकर
हाँ,
जो सहती रही तो क्या ये जमाना बदला है? So this is not a lyric or this is not just
yeah,
a song or something. It is actually you have to speak for yourself.
yeah, yeah,
You have to. Because, and there where most of us women
yeah,
take a back foot. And
yeah,
there where our parenting struggle starts. Whether it is our office, whether it is our home, whether it is dealing our in-laws, whether it is dealing our friends, colleagues, anywhere, have to speak up, have to stand for the child, have to child can because children don't have much demands.
yeah,
And it's our demands.
yeah,
It's our demand that how our child, in what
should be,
environment our
yeah,
child. For him or her, it hardly matters. You
right,
leave him on the ground, you leave him on the table, where you leave him everywhere. It's a playground for them.
yeah,
So, so the child is not demanding. It's me who is demanding
right,
for my satisfaction. It is not the child's satisfaction.
right,
So, the child would be happy when I am happy. Take care of yourself.
yeah,
Take the call yourself is demanding
yeah,
rather than the call the environment is demanding. And wherever the policies are there, don't misutilize those policies.
yeah. It makes
Make
it
it your
all
strength.
the more difficult for the other women to then access it in the right way, just because some people misutilize the policies.
And in Raigad team, we were three mothers and we had three children of three
Yeah.
mothers. And we co-parented each other. It
Wow.
was parents means father and mother, but I would say this was co-parenting
Yeah,
in a case, colleague to colleague.
yeah,
From pregnancy till the child is till date.
yeah, yeah. How
And in
beautiful.
a way, our children have become friends
Yeah,
and they have got so many mothers, more mothers and fathers
yeah,
now.
That's true. That's true. And what is the dynamic like in your house today? So what is your family life like now that three of you are together, and how is it today?
That was the only place where I had, that's the only, the starting journey of my professional life was bitter for me.
Yeah,
But as I said, beginning, whatever my mother used to say, whatever happens, happens for the good.
yeah,
So after that, I think the entire family understood that
yeah,
they cannot give me a challenge, at least on parenting.
yeah,
I can do this. So
yeah,
now it's like they don't even try to, uh, I'm not getting a right word actually. They don't even try to challenge me
yeah,
in parenting Prajan or taking care of Prajan
mm,
or deciding of the roles
yeah,
I'm coming up with.
yeah, yeah,
After, like when I decided that I'll be now shifting my professional side
yeah,
from a 9 to 5 job to an individual consultant.
yeah,
So nobody actually questioned me. Will you be able to do it or not? So
yeah,
that gives me a satisfaction that I have given an impression that nothing is impossible. We can
yeah,
try.
yeah,
So, so this is a confidence.
yeah, yeah,
So in a way, now Pravanjan also knows that he has to also, though he has many patriarchal
yeah.
things,
Preconceived notions or conditioning.
conditioning, and he thinks, but still he doesn't get a chance to actually practice them.
Yeah,
And what I said, I don't ask him whether you will be able to do it. I said, this is what you have to do it.
yeah, yeah,
And every time I give him a gender training on everything. For
yeah.
1 minute also, I give him a gender training. For 1 hour also, I give him a gender training.
So you exercise, basically you practice your profession in your household only every time.
That is the only place where I can actually practically utilize. Rest all place, I'm an actor. An
Yeah,
actor in the sense I can be dual.
yeah, yeah,
This is the only place I cannot be dual
yeah,
because this comes to me.
yeah, yeah,
Rest out there practicing is not difficult, but in
yeah,
here practicing is difficult.
yeah,
So every time I give a gender training to my mother, every time I give a gender training to my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my husband, everyone, to the caretaker, everywhere. It's for me, it's a gender training.
yeah,
When my husband says, if you go tomorrow, how will he, what, how can things happen or anything, whatever he says. And I just simply tell him, only thing you cannot do is bear the child.
breastfeed
No,
or
no, not breastfeed, bear the child.
that
Breastfeed की जरूरत नहीं है. You can
formula
feed him
पिलाओ.
with the bottle.
हाँ,
Formula milks also you can. You have options for that also. Only thing you cannot do is you cannot have the baby in your.
yeah, uterus, because you don't have a
You
uterus.
don't have a uterus. So for that, I will never question you. Rest all things you can do. Find out a way.
Hmm. Yeah,
Find out a way how you are going to do it. I don't know.
yeah,
When I came up, I found out my way. You are also
yeah,
equal a parent. Every time when Rajin says I'm mama's boy, he gets very sad. So
yeah,
if you want to be, you want your son to become papa's boy, you have to also do certain things for becoming papa.
yeah,
You
yeah,
also earn, I also earn. So
yeah,
nothing extra you are doing for the child.
yeah,
And another thing, I do rest of the things which you are not doing often.
yeah,
So mama's boy.
yeah,
If you want your son to be yours, you have to also put that effort.
yeah,
So with thing
yeah,
every time a gender training is needed at home. Every time a lecture.
yeah,
I before I used to fight.
yeah,
Now since last 5 years I haven't fought for these things.
yeah,
I just
Say it
And
and you, yeah,
say it and I quit. Come, I'm leaving.
yeah,
You manage your son.
hmm.
And every time I come up, you also left me that day.
Yeah,
How the way I operated, you operate. Sometimes these tanas are also required
yeah, yeah,
to get that patriarchy thing out from
yeah,
your mind.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, how does it perform? How does he, then is the performance up to the mark or satisfactory?
Then he will question me. Then I should quit the job. I used to say, you may, if you
Hmm,
like.
hmm,
But this much of money you are supposed to give your son.
yeah,
Rest is you. You quit, you do whatever. This is the thing you need. Every time, if I tell him to take extra responsibilities,
yeah,
he'll say, should I quit my job then? You may.
hmm,
But this much of amount of money you need to give Prachin. You don't have to give me. You have to give your son. Whatever you do, you can.
hmm,
So I said, nowadays I don't fight.
yeah,
Now I only use my training wala material at home
yeah, 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 mhm,
and feedback
yeah,
and showing the picture
yeah, hmm,
and putting that person in guilt.
hmm,
Some I know. So I don't know whether the psychologist will tell me that you are putting your partner into so much of stress. No, I think sometimes putting them into guilt is also necessary for them to understand where they
yeah.
are going wrong.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. If the other things do not work, of course you have to get the work done. So it's
Done.
like, yeah, and it's not. That's why these are two people in a. Matlab, if you are in a relationship, if you are taking on this journey together, then you need to be together in this. It can't be one person, carrying the load and the other person just enjoying the fruits of this
I
journey.
understand that they have many challenges
Yeah,
which are unattended, unaddressed,
yeah.
the male folk. But every time I cannot say that they are in challenges. At
Yeah,
least they are not in that challenge which we are going through.
yeah, yeah,
And there are certain challenges. It's not only the partner, it's also me.
yeah,
As we have seen our mothers taking care. So
yeah,
sometimes that extra load I myself take.
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
only the partner
yeah,
always, the partner is not always that bad the person is.
yeah,
It's me, myself, the enemy of myself,
yeah,
taking extra load, thinking that without me, this will not operate.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, without me, these things will not go well.
yeah.
Sometimes I myself is a big uh,
Barrier and roadblock.
barrier for my own growth or
Yeah,
my own dealing things.
yeah, yeah.
Thinking that I am the best in that. No,
Hmm, hmm.
have to give the other person chance and little bit things will go up and down. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
I'm also not 100% right, but thinking that he is 10% right is wrong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because, this is one thing that I keep thinking about. Like, my husband is almost an equal partner, if not more, and a equal parent, if not more. And then, there are some things that he falls short on. And suddenly you're thinking, like, oh my God, you leave it, I'll do. And then you're like, why will I do? Like, it's okay. And then when you let go of your standards of perfection and standards of this is how it should be, it all happens. And I think you are very right in saying that I think men are also dealing with so much that they are battling their own sense of how things should be, which is free of any social conditioning. And then there is this weight of social conditioning being put on them where they are expected to be in a certain way. And every time as we as women are battling these societal expectations and our roles and negotiating our places, so are the men. And in and when you put a man who's juggling his thoughts and societal expectations and a woman who's juggling her roles and societal expectations, when you put these two together, there are bound to be some flames and sparks and these constant struggles of how should you do it, who should do it, and how much is enough, and all of these things. And it's so, I'm so glad that you are being so open and transparent with us in sharing these, not just as lessons, or not just as to put something right or to set something right, but just as sharing, and how natural and how organic these struggles are, and how we find our way out of them, or through them, without losing the person that is behind the scene. Because ultimately, like, you're just not together because somebody's asking you to be. You want to be with that person, and that person's that person is also realizing it. Like, otherwise, what stops him from just taking his bags and saying that, okay, this is your son, and then if this is how you want it, then do it yourself. I am quitting, I quit. uh, the person is staying, the person is making an effort, the person is listening to you. In a patriarchal world, a woman bossing around a man, this is how an outside world will look at it, and this is how they will say that you do what your wife is telling you to do, and which is like a lot to take for a man, a typical man. So in all of this, I think it's also very, very like, it's worthy of appreciation how your partner has stood by you, even with all his so-called failings and disappointments, and how he's trying to be better every day and to be a pillar of support, as you said.
Yes, today means since last certain years, some few years.
Yeah,
Now it's not the thing like we had. Now we decide, we
yeah,
discuss when
yeah,
he can take off, when I can take off,
yeah,
when he's around Prajin, I will leave.
yeah,
When I am around Prajin, he can do.
yeah,
So come with a midway now.
yeah, yeah,
Before, now it's not that. But yes, it took all these years
yeah,
to challenge, to understand each other, to respect each other's feelings with all sorts of odds, fights, everything. But
yeah,
that's also necessary because it's not that I am 100% right or he's 100%
right,
wrong.
yeah,
It's evolving together
yeah, yeah,
and teaching each other's learnings and each other's experience. And for me, I think, as Gandhiji has said,
yeah,
I follow that whatever change you want to see in the world, that should begin from
you,
within, from
yeah,
you. So I think because for me, it's very difficult to preach something which I'm not able to practice.
right,
Maybe that comes because of my ESTJ typology,
mm,
MBTI typology. Because of
yeah,
that, it comes, or I don't know. But for me, it is very difficult to preach, which I am not able to practice.
yeah,
So sometimes I take it by, sometimes I stress myself also.
yeah,
But that value I'm not able to compromise actually.
yeah,
Sometimes very stressful for me as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah,
I cannot be that cool certain
yeah,
times. It's okay if
yeah,
that is something very stressful for me.
yeah,
But that value is so much imbibed inside me, I'm not able to come up. I think if I don't do, I have no right to preach.
yeah, yeah. And out of all of this, like, you are a very busy parent, as we have listened, and you have a business of your own now. You are doing your independent consulting. So in all of this, in your busy schedule, are you able to find time for yourself? And if you do, then how do you do it?
I'm never a busy professional. When I say this,
Yeah,
I don't say those who know me in Pradhan very well, they know me, they can relate. When they hear it, they'll again laugh.
yeah,
As there also Bijayini shared. I always tell my colleagues and everything, and I consider myself not to be a very busy professional.
Hmm.
Why? When I say I work,
Yeah.
I'm very I'm very particular about things.
Yeah.
Time means time,
Yeah.
and quality means quality. I'm
Yeah.
very particular about certain things, but I'm equally particular about myself.
Yeah.
When when I was in Pradhan for 14 years, and when I've left Pradhan, it's been 2 years, almost
Yeah.
nearing about to 2 years when I left Pradhan. In all these years, I've always taken time for myself.
Hmm.
I do everything. I
Hmm.
dress up well.
Hmm. We know.
Not, but I meant like I don't compromise. See, I don't know how my dress up in the sense that taking out time to wear different clothes
Yeah. Yeah.
and clicking pictures.
Yeah.
I love doing that. I
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Whenever I wear a sari, if I'm also 5 minutes late for the meeting, also then also say, please click, 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 I have to leave.
Yeah.
So that's where I enjoy. But that doesn't mean that because I'm doing all this, I compromise with my professional
Work.
thing.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Those who have actually worked with me, they know. If I say ninth, I'll give you the thing.
Yeah.
I'm very particular about all those things.
Yeah.
Okay. Every Sunday,
Hmm.
almost,
Yeah.
I I go out. I
Hmm.
love going out.
Yeah.
Traveling for me doesn't mean going to some far off places, not
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
Cooking food at home, going to the park, sitting there, having lunch, and coming back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do this.
Hmm.
Or if cooking gives me lots of energy,
Yeah.
I love eating, I love feeding, I love cooking.
Hmm.
Matlab, all.
Yeah.
So in the evening, nobody, if I'm also worked a lot throughout the day, then also I cook, I call my colleagues, I've cooked this, come and have dinner with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is something I've cooked, take it
Yeah.
to your place and have it. So these are certain things. I love doing fabric paintings and all in my dress, doing embroidery on my dresses and all. I've picked certain things from my mom, so I love doing these things. I do them.
Hmm.
I also do it for my friends.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, like if nothing is happening, I would invite all my colleagues home and I'll cook and we will have dinner together. We'll dance. Birthdays till date. Now I'm going to be 39 years old, and till date also I'm very excited about my birthday. It has to be a gala event. Gala in the not in the sense ki bada party ho ya kuch ho,
Yeah.
but it has to be celebrated in some way or the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anniversaries compulsory. I'll go on a leave holiday.
Yeah.
Compulsory. Like this year, we could not plan as it was Ranjita's. Ranjita was my son's caretaker. Her marriage was there in the month of May, so we could not plan because the date was not fixed. So we could not plan for something like every May on our anniversary we go somewhere.
Yeah.
Some travel. This time we could not go, so we booked Mayfair Resort for 2 days and we stayed there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think if I'm able to take care of myself, my interest, my desires, my like dislike, then only I'll be able to understand the person in front of
Yeah.
or the other person. If I'm not able to respect my feelings, my thing, I don't think I'll be able to do it for others because when I'm not able to take care of myself, what care I will take of others?
Yeah.
Sometimes these actions of my is misunderstood by people.
Hmm.
But as I'm an extrovert person, it affects me, but I don't let it affect me so much.
Hmm. Hmm.
I do what I feel. I will do.
Yeah.
I'll cry. And after crying also I'll go. I'll go. If somebody says something, I'll start crying or I'll shout or I will confront. I'll do everything and after 5 minutes see me all decked up and going. So that way. And for me, relationships are very important.
Yeah.
For me, relationships are very important, whether it is with my immediate family, with
Yeah.
my biological family, or with my office wala family, or my friends' family. For me, relationships are very important.
Yeah.
I don't care who is calling me or not.
Yeah.
I give a call.
Yeah.
मुझे आज I felt like calling you, I called.
Yeah.
If not a call, I send a message. How are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Just a random message.
Yeah.
And till date, I would like to proudly say I am in touch with many of the people I've come in touch with in my life.
Hmm.
There are very few people with whom I am not in touch.
Hmm.
And people said इसके पास बहुत time है. But yes, I
Yeah.
have time.
Yeah, you make time. It's
I
not that
That's what I
everybody
make
has.
time. So I
Yeah.
say I have time. I don't have to pretend that I'm so busy.
Yeah.
If I would really have been that busy, then I would have been something different.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I do everything.
Hmm.
I go for a movie, I go for it. I have a lot of interest planting plants. I have more than 300, 400 plants at my home. I take care of them. I love
Wow.
decorating the house. I love decorating myself. I love to celebrate. I love to host parties. I attend anybody who calls me. That day, Sumita told me,
Yeah.
you went to Indore to attend a marriage. She was my apprentice,
Yeah.
apprentice in my team.
Yeah.
And she was a close bond.
Yeah.
Though she's no more in the team, but she remembers me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how can I not reciprocate to that person?
Yeah.
Itne log, from so many, she has
Yeah.
chosen me. How will I not choose that person?
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, whether it is extrovertism, whether it is what, I don't know. You extend, I extend.
No,
If you don't
this is the
extend, I
yeah,
extend.
this is the thing that matters to you in life. No, these are,
That
as
is
we
what
say,
matters to me.
yeah, these are the things that are your pillars or your important, pillars of life that you want to maintain and you want to reciprocate. And like some people go after success and some people go after money and some people go after people and experiences and
And
living
I
with
think going after people also making me money.
yeah.
Going after people is also making me money.
Right.
Today you know me,
Yeah.
tomorrow you can invite me.
Yeah.
That is also making me money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So directly or indirectly, that is also happening.
Yeah.
But in that way, I operate, and sometimes, many of the times, people used to tell me, "This nature of yours is loosening your thing, or not." There are many comments
Yeah.
such because of this. Uske paas bahut time hai, and she's after everyone, and sometimes you start questioning yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I should avoid this. Yes, I am doing this too much. When Pradhan organized a women leadership program for all the women leadership Pradhan in Harappa, Harappa organization was organizing it, and Pradhan took their help to
Yeah.
actually groom their women leaders. So there I got the actually confidence. The
Hmm.
so-called Gode ko Singh milta hai, and we
Hmm.
got confidence from there when they said performance only plays 10% in building you as a leader,
Hmm.
and relationship building has 60%. And that day I was like, oh, I'll do it more.
Yeah.
And
You've got
now,
now data to back you up, no?
yes, and I am like, wherever certain things happen, I confront.
Hmm.
So that also used to pull, many people used to say you should keep quiet. But that was something which never comes in my heart that I should keep quiet. I know I put myself into trouble many a times because of this.
Yeah.
But still, I think I cannot stop this.
Yeah.
I used to think, but people used to explain me, you have to do this, that is why that person. Again, that leadership training told me, no,
Yeah.
men confront, that is why they are heroes.
Yeah.
And when women confronts why she would not be a hero.
Yeah.
Actually, she is a hero in
Yeah.
their terms,
Yeah.
but people are not able to accept. So it's their problem. It's not your problem. So you don't stop becoming a leader.
Yeah.
So again, I got another horn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's always learning, exploring, actualizing it,
Yeah.
practicing it, questioning yourself, putting self in trouble. Every time I'm into a trouble
Yeah.
because I do certain things which are in the upstream.
Yeah.
Very less things I do which are in downstream. Most
Yeah.
of my actions are in upstream.
Yeah.
So when I've chosen, that's my chosen path.
Right. Right. Yeah. No, but it's really nice to, know this, and it's really nice to see that you know this. Some people just go about life without even knowing how they operate and what they are doing, but it's so good to see you so self-aware. And I'm sure a lot of people will find courage and inspiration from your story. But before we end this conversation, Bijayini, I have one last question for you. If you could leave our listeners with just one piece of advice or a personal insight, I know your entire story is full of inspiration and insights, but one insight or advice that encapsulates who you are, what you stand for, and why does it mean so much for you?
I think for me, or the way I operate,
Yeah.
or from where I come from, I always think that today I am like this because of my mother,
Hmm.
who has always stood as a pillar of strength, saying, you make mistakes, I am there with you.
Yeah.
Today I am an empowered woman.
Hmm.
Today I am a strong woman.
Hmm.
Today, actually, I am a woman.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's because of my mother
Hmm.
who said, you make mistakes. When you are in trouble, I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she said, wherever you feel that your dignity,
Hmm.
your self respect
Hmm.
is hampered,
Hmm.
leave that place
Yeah.
or fight for it.
Yeah.
And my doors are open.
Yeah.
When I'm taking challenges, my
Hmm.
mother said, it's when from a full-time job to an individual consultant, I thought I'll become a poor woman or a Garib Mahila because
Hmm.
I'm no more getting a salary. My mother said, don't worry, I'll sell the house for you when you become Garib.
Yeah.
But take challenge.
Hmm.
I'm there with you.
Hmm.
And from the very beginning, she said, everybody has got everything.
Yeah.
How you are different.
Hmm.
You don't have to be extraordinary,
Yeah.
but you have to be different
Yeah.
for yourself.
Yeah.
So follow your interest.
Hmm.
This is what she taught me and my sister.
Yeah.
Though she must have also faced many kinds of struggles and
Yeah.
many mistakes she has also made
Yeah.
in her parenting. But with time she has evolved and with time she has stood by us.
Hmm.
And every time the challenges, every time the things she could not do,
Yeah.
or the challenges she has faced,
Yeah.
she has always shared her experiences with us. And she has never forced, "Ki,
Hmm.
this is the way I have operated, you must operate."
Yeah.
No. She said, this is my experience. You can choose your experience. You can choose your path.
Hmm.
This is my experience. If you go by this road, this is going to happen. And if you go by this road, I have never been.
Yeah. Yeah.
You may.
Hmm. Hmm.
Today, she has not given that liberty to anyone that anybody can tell us anything. She
Yeah.
even, if required, it was with my father also.
Hmm.
Chota, a very small thing also, if Pravanjan, sometime they used to call and say, these things you cannot do with her.
Hmm.
So every time Pravanjan says, she has guard.
Hmm. Yeah.
So this gives a message to the world that
Hmm.
nobody can mess with my daughter.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah.
So women actually requires this kind of guard support,
Yeah.
at least from the parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
My sister, she always had this trust on me that when Didi is doing certain thing, she
Hmm.
must have thought something.
Yeah.
So so I have to be by her side. So these are certain things. And Pravanjan, though we fight,
Hmm.
still every other day we give
Hmm.
I give gender training to him, and but still he thinks I'm different.
Yeah.
And he is actually proud of it, though he never shares.
Yeah.
But I can see,
Yeah.
I can feel that he's proud
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I do things out of the box.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. I feel very bad that he doesn't speak, but I feel that he knows it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever he may speak, but from inside he knows how much proud he is of you.
Yeah.
So that sense of so much of, and above all, I would say support system is very much required. Who actually, without judging you, they support.
Yeah.
And the friend circle I have,
Yeah.
they are the ones who have actually given me horns.
Hmm. Yeah.
They every time appreciate me with all the nonsense sense things I do,
Yeah.
but they always appreciate me, and I get more horns to do more such
More things. Yeah.
more things. And and today it was about parenthood. I am thankful to Prachil.
Hmm.
I am immensely thankful to him.
Hmm.
If you would have not supported me,
Hmm.
rest all support was in vain.
Yeah.
If somebody tells him today your mom is not at home, ऑफिस गई है,
Hmm.
ऑफिस गई है, उसका काम था.
Hmm.
तो दिस मच ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि उसका काम है करके ऑफिस गई है. आज तुम बर्थडे पार्टी में अकेले जाओगे, मम्मी नहीं जाएगी. वो उसका ऑफिस था ना, तो मैं अकेले जा सकता हूँ, मैं उनका घर जानता हूँ. मतलब टेकिंग
Yeah. Yeah.
दोज थिंग्स कि यस आई कैन डू. मम्मा नहीं है तो क्या हुआ,
Yeah.
इस मम्मा इज नॉट देयर, डजंट मैटर.
Yeah.
सो एंड shifting from one caretaker to another to another to another. Now again, Ranjita's sister is with us.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Hmm.
Since last 1 month, Ranjita's sister has joined us. And Prajan has, with open arms, has welcomed her as well.
Hmm.
So he is doing much more adjustments than what I am doing.
Yeah.
Every time for me, he is at new challenges.
Yeah.
And sometimes he doesn't get to do what his friends are doing, whose mothers are always around.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what all I would say, but the last thing I would say, dream,
Hmm.
try to fulfill your dreams,
Hmm.
take challenges.
Hmm.
If you take challenges, no looking back.
Hmm.
Sometimes in challenge, you will end up into many problems, but
Yeah.
those problems are very short. Take challenges, go ahead, there where growth is, and that is where the women needs to work in today's date.
Yeah.
Now women have learned to negotiate
Yeah.
in domestic work,
Yeah.
but now the women need to actually negotiate in their interest, in
Yeah.
their professional part.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
true.
can also mistake, I can also make mistake, I can also take challenges.
Yeah.
Please create an environment for me.
Yeah.
It's your responsibility. Pointing out to them that it's your responsibility to create an environment for me. Our responsibility. It's my responsibility what kind of environment I want,
Yeah. It's
how
so,
people will behave with me.
yeah.
It's I have to decide.
Yeah.
The way the whatever I will decide, the world will operate with me in that way. And do not compromise, do not adjust, not required.
Yeah. So true. Bijayini.
Adjustment doesn't mean hampering somebody's adjustment means which is not required.
Right. Yeah.
Adjustments are always required whenever you have to live in a group,
Yeah.
whether it is a family group or adjustments are required, but compromises were not required. Please don't do it
Yeah.
just because we are women. And
You
speak
know,
up.
you have given us a gender training in this short episode only. Like we should be really really thankful to you, Vijayani. It's just been so wonderful and an absolute pleasure talking to you today. And your journey and your insights and your learnings from them and how you have managed your life with and without a child. They're just they're just so powerful, and I know our listeners will take away so much from your experiences. Parenting is such a complex and rewarding journey, and it's stories like yours that remind us of the strength and resilience that every parent possesses. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Neha, for giving me this platform. Actually, this platform also means a lot to me
Hmm.
to make me a more confident woman.
Hmm.
So I must appreciate that you have thought of coming up with such platforms
Hmm.
because uh, it, our stories
Hmm.
should reach to more and more women,
Right.
and their story should reach us
Yeah.
to make to actually come up with the struggle to actually have this independence, which like the country got independence, it took 200 years.
Yeah.
For women like us to become independent, it would take many years.
Yeah.
But these are the paths and ways.
Yeah.
And
Thank
I
you.
was super excited to be a part of it.
Thank you for your words. It's just so wonderful to hear someone like you appreciate the platform and this initiative, and it just makes you realize how it speaks to people in ways that probably you never even thought of. That you just leave that, you do something and you just leave that thought, and it's up to the people to make meaning out of it, and how everyone makes their own meaning. It's so powerful and so individual at its own um, understanding and level. But thank you once again for joining us and sharing your story. And to our listeners, we hope you found this conversation as enriching as we did. If you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to follow, subscribe, and share it with your friends and family. Your support helps us continue to bring these wonderful stories to light. Until next time, this is Neha Garg signing off from Parenthood. Remember to embrace the journey, cherish the moments, and keep parenting with love and joy. Stay well and take care.